Yo, what's going on, everyone? I wanted to give a trade recap of today's trade because it was absolutely A++. I mean, in terms of what I look for, this is the behemoth of a setup. This is confluences on top of confluences as far as the BBR strategy that we use, which is breakouts, bounces, and rejects. This happened to be a break and retest, and it was just absolutely picture perfect. And I wanted to cover this so that way you guys can see and study this. This is an A+ setup. All across the board. We'll go over all the confluences, everything. But first, I want to start with showing you guys the levels I sent to the Discord team this morning, or in the Discord to the team this morning. These are my ES levels, all London highs and lows, and previous day high and lows, of course, are marked out. But those are my levels, so obviously we're going to be taking trades based on that. My morning watch list, pretty similar. Futures, options, we don't got to read that, but you guys can read it if you want to. Now let's get into this trade. Let's go to replay mode and let's go back to where we initially took our entry. So NQ opened on the day. We took London lows. We bounced slightly. I actually did take this bounce and I took a loss on it. $250 loss. It was reasonable and it was within my risk criteria. We got down to the 1 minute. We took this with a very nice pin bar, so I went long right here, stop below the wick. I was nicely in profit, but I did get stopped out. However, we waited patiently. As soon as we get a clean 5-minute close below London lows, our strategy tells us to take that retest as long as that retest candle confirms. What do I mean by this? We get a nice 5-minute close. Let's go to this exact point in time because I almost took the trade right here, and I'll show you guys exactly why I didn't go short right here. And what good patience does, and what made us catch that better entry. So we got the 5-minute close here. We had pretty good volume. If we pull up the volume, decent volume on that 5-minute close as well. The reason I didn't take this entry is if you go to the 1 minute, and let's replay this. Right here, I want to see these 1 minute candles. I want to see aggressive selling back on that retest level. I want to see a nice 1 minute bearish pin bar, 1 minute bearish engulfing, or just any signs of price action telling us we're going to go lower. But we didn't get that. We reclaimed that level and we got back over it. So I had to be patient at this point. What do? We wait for another 5-minute closure, strong 5-minute close. Where do we get that? Right here. We get a 5-minute close. So now what is our job? Our job is to take a retest. Once again, when that 1 minute chart tells us and confirms us that selling is active, right? It's in play. So let's wait. Right after this second 1 minute candle here, this is my entry. If you go back to watch that live trade, my entry was exactly right here. Now, ideally, we get at least a retest up back into 500. It was pretty damn close. Or back into this London low. We didn't quite get the ideal entry right there. But as soon as we got these two candles, that confirms weakness right after a 5-minute close. And you see the follow through that we get here if we let this play out. So our stop loss ideally is above this 5-minute candle, which is right here. I didn't want to put on that much risk, so I put my stop loss above this candle, because if we did come back higher, we usually should retest this low and go lower. Also a 25,500 psych level there as well. So my entry was here. We got a nice 5-minute closure, nice 1 minute confirmation, and that is our sign to enter the trade. So now, how do we manage this trade? What is our targets? Well, first of all, if we look at ES, at the same time, ES just lost those London lows, and ES has lots of room. There's no draw on ES until this previous day low, which is all the way down here at 68.38. That's our draw on ES. So that's our ideal target on ES. There's nothing but room until that low. So that tells us we have a lot of room on ES. So that is one confluence for us. Lots of room on ES. Let's go back to NQ. NQ, same target, but we're pretty much there. Previous day low, which is 25,390.25. So we go back to the 1 minute and let's just watch this play out. So we almost hit TP there. Got a slight pullback. Just have to have patience, right? Just let the trade play out, guys. And right here, we smack TP1. So first take profit has been hit, which is previous day low on NQ. We had 5 contracts. We sell 3 here. So that's good trade management. Our runners now go break even stop loss. Now, what do we do from here? How do we manage the trade from here? We have 2 micros left. What do we do with these contracts? Where do we target? Like I said earlier, ES still has ample amount of room down into that previous day low, 68.38. So that is our second target. Very clear targets today. And we have a very clear trend on the day as well, right? And if we look at NQ, another trade sets up perfectly for us. And this is the trade that I put on size on options. And I really slammed it with heavier size than I would used to, because this is the A++ setup that I want to show you guys. So if we let this play out a little bit, what am I looking for? Just like I was looking for on London lows, is a strong 5-minute candle close, and then a retest that shows some sort of weakness there to be able to take an entry short. Because we're with trend, we're taking our breakout strategy, which is break and retest. So remember, we have breakouts, bounces, and rejects, the BBR strategy, right? We're taking a break and retest, particular this day. We had a nice 5-minute close here, and this is where the A++ setup starts to set up. And we'll go through all the confluences here in a second. So if we're just watching price action, let's pause it right here. Let's start with confluence number 1, and it's the most obvious confluence of them all. We have a very nice key level here on NQ. Let's go to the daily chart. We have previous all-time highs right here that were also previous day low. So previous day low and previous day high is always going to be a nice spot to take a break and retest off of. But now pair that with previous all-time highs, even better. Go back to this 5-minute chart. So first confluence, very nice key demand here that we broke below, closed below. Second confluence, we have this 5-minute 9 EMA. Now in heavy, well-established trends like we have on the day, we've already made 2 lower highs, 3 lower highs. This 5-minute 9 will act as resistance every time. So that's another confluence on our trade. Third confluence is a nice bear flag. We have a 5-minute bear flag here. If you guys look up a bear flag, I'll look it up for you right now, actually, just so you guys can visualize what it looks like. Go to images. This is a bear flag, right? This right here. So what is a bear flag? That's terrible. This is a bear flag. You have price coming down, consolidating in a tight channel before moving back lower. That's exactly what we got here. So that's another confluence we have in this trade. Where's that last confluence? Another confluence is we never hit PDL, previous day low, on ES. So it still has a beautiful draw to go, which is PDL. With that being said, this is A++. Even if ES didn't already hit previous day low, even if we weren't in an established trend, even if this was just previous day low and not a previous all-time high, and even if we didn't bear flag, this is still an A+ setup, because it's a break and retest of previous day low. Break and retest of previous day low or previous day high is an A+ setup in my book. 70+% win rate, nice 3, 4, even 5, 6 RR sometimes. In this case, it was nice. It was about a 5, 6 RR, depending on where your entry is, right? So at this point in time, we have 2 futures micros. Our entry was up here. We're still holding those. In hindsight, I should have added to the future trade as well, but I did get in QQQ puts. So I got in QQQ puts here on the retest. If we look on the 1 minute, at the time I had a level at 370. So right here is where my first entry was on those QQQ puts. My second entry is after this trade confirmed itself. So where does it really confirm itself? Let's look at this 1 minute chart right here. So we have a break of this lower trend line on the bear flag. We have a clear failure of that previous day low and psych level at 25.4. right here at 1050. This is a very clear and obvious failure. Our risk is very clear now above 25.4. We are wrong. We accept that risk, and if this comes back above 25.4, we take a loss, and you have to accept that risk. So beautiful, beautiful failure there. That's where we added to QQQ puts. Now I have a lot of size on, so I'm at max risk at this point. A++ setup, so I risk as much as I can. Now where are we targeting? We're still targeting ES, previous day low, and that gets hit right there. So right here, halfway through this candle, our second target gets hit, and we go ahead and take more trims on futures and more trims on options. Our first trim on options, on the options trade. And as we came back into 25.2, we started wicking. We already made a 250 point move on NQ from our entry. We made a very nice move on QQQ. So I went ahead and closed the whole thing at this demand at 25.2 on NQ. You can see this demand from back here. All right, so absolutely beautiful trade. Last thing I'll say is confluences is everything. And once you are in a trade, stick to your thesis. Stick to your stop loss. Stick to your targets. Don't take trims early. You know, you will be sweating a little bit. You might be a little nervous, but stick to your plan. We go live every single morning. I go live every single morning at 9:20. I'll be on TikTok live. I'm going to start going on YouTube live as well. That way you can see my full screen. I know TikTok reduces it to a small amount. So I will be going live on YouTube and TikTok every single morning at 9:20 a.m. every single trading day. If you want to see the trades I take, it's completely free, by the way. If you want to see the trades I take, my analysis, my thoughts and commentary on the market, anything under the sun, I'll be on live at 9:20 every single morning. You'll get to see my screens. You'll get to see when I get in a trade, when I get out of trade, my analysis and everything. So this is a perfect A+ setup. One more time, the confluences we had on this trade. Picture perfect. Bear flag back into a previous day low, which was also a previous all-time high, as well as this 5-minute 9 EMA in a well-established downtrend on the day, and ES still had that draw at previous day low. So lots of confluences on this trade. This is an A++ setup. I just wanted to cover that trade recap for you guys. Appreciate you watching. If you made it this far, please drop a like, and a subscribe is free and it helps me out a ton. So I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you on the live. Peace out.